You did a post a couple hours before the podcast. There was a new Rivian interview with RJ that Bloomberg did, and you had some
Yeah.
takeaways. They talked about the factory uh, getting hit by a tornado recently. They talked about some R2 news. So, why don't you break that down?
Yeah. So a lot of the Rivian investors were concerned that their factory got hit, the roof was torn off, and this might affect the R2 um, product launch, essentially, which is expected to be any day now, deliveries going into customers. And it might affect the ramp up of the R2. And this morning's interview, basically, RJ indicated that yes, they had damage, but the team sort of swarmed on like fixing it, and it's their logistics area that got hit the hardest, and they've already rerouted stuff, worked over the weekend really hard to get things done. He does not expect to have any kind of schedule impact on the R2 launch, so it seems to be immaterial. He also reiterated that they're just on track with the R2, that the R2 LiDAR version will come out later this year, that later this year for all versions of R2 and also the R1 Gen 2 versions, they'll have point-to-point driving, hands-free driving, which means you just put in the address. This is similar to full self-driving in Tesla, but you have eyes on where you pay attention. So that is still on track. He reiterated that it's on track for later this year. All of that is super exciting. I'm excited for Rivian's future, as you know. But I don't, again, like I don't know what the stock is going to do, but like they're just nailing it on milestone after milestone, and I couldn't be more excited for a company that is in my portfolio. So.
And he reiterated that they're going to have like limited eyes off capabilities next year. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. And that too, meaning hands off and eyes off, or what he's calling level 3 self-driving capabilities, will also be in all versions of R2 and second gen R1s. One of the questions that he was asked was about whether or not people need the LiDAR version of the R2 in order to get the best capabilities, and it seems like the improvements that the LiDAR version of the R2 might bring, is going to affect or improve the entire fleet, the entire fleet's self-driving capabilities. And then the stuff that will be specific to R2 with LiDAR might not even come for quite some time after that. So exactly when these diverge is remains to be seen. I mean, it might be that the capabilities of the second generation self-driving hardware that they have in the even R1 vehicles is going to be on par with everything for the next couple of years. But we'll see. At some point in the future, they might diverge, but we don't know when yet.